All right, today we're going to do something a little bit different. Instead of just explaining a topic, we're going to build one together. We're going to construct a story, piece by piece, and while we're at it, we'll uncover some really fascinating bits of the Finnish language. Think of it like we're on a creative journey, and you're coming right along with me.
So here's the plan. Our story is going to revolve around a character named Martin, and every single word, every grammar rule we look at will be like a building block. By the time we're done, you'll not only have some new vocabulary, but you'll see how language itself can set a mood, push the action forward, and even create a little bit of mystery. Ready to get started?
Okay, part 1, setting the scene. Every story needs a compelling start. So right now, we're going to establish the world of our character, Martin. And it all kicks off with a single, really strong feeling.
Our story opens with this simple but, really powerful line. The days passed slowly. You can almost feel it, right? That heavy, quiet, contemplative vibe. Now, let's figure out how to say this in Finnish.
Our very first building block is the verb kulua. Now, in Finnish, this verb is pretty special. It has a very specific job. It's used only for the passage of time. So you wouldn't use it for passing a car on the highway or anything like that, just for days, hours, and minutes passing by. I love how precise that is.
And here it is, our full sentence. Päivät kuluvat hitaasti. So, päivät means the days. Kuluivat is just the past tense of that verb we just learned, kulua. And hitaasti means slowly. Bam! 3 words and our scene is totally set. But, there's a little more going on in this quiet room than you'd think.
And right here, a little detail drops in a hint of mystery. We find out that a woman, Cecilia, gave Martin new glasses because his old ones were broken. But she never said how they broke. It's just this little question mark left hanging in the air.
And now, for part 2. The story is about to start moving. After all that stillness, Martin is finally going to take his first step. And with that single step, the whole plot lurches forward. Here it is, the catalyst. One day, Martin got up to walk. This is that moment where the story goes from quiet and still to action. And to really express this burst of movement in Finnish, we need a special kind of grammatical tool. And that tool is called the chimo form. It's actually brilliant. So when you have a verb that shows you're starting a movement, like to get up, to start, or to go, you tack on man to the next verb to show the whole purpose of that movement.
Let's see it in action. Martin newsy, Martin got up. Okay, but why? Kävelemaan, to walk. See that man ending? That's the key. It tells us he didn't just stand up, he stood up with the intention of walking. It's an action that's full of purpose.
And this first step, it leads to a first realization. As he's walking, something shifts inside him. Hän ei enää tuntenut itseään niin heikoksi. He didn't feel so weak anymore. The physical movement is actually sparking an internal change. He's getting his strength back. So in part 3, this newfound strength leads him to a really important discovery. And it's more than just finding something he lost. It's about reconnecting with a really vital piece of who he is. Just look at this amazing phrase. Uskollinen matkakumppanin. It literally translates to faithful travel companion. How cool is that? It's so much more than just an item. It's a partner on a journey. This phrase alone tells us that whatever he's about to find means the world to him. And what is this faithful companion? It's his old gray backpack. The story says, hän löysi uskollisen matkakumppaninsa. But check out the next part. Se odotti häntä tuolilla. It waited for him on the chair. The language itself makes the backpack sound like a loyal friend, just patiently waiting for him to come back. This discovery takes us right into part 4. We know the backpack is important, but what's inside? And this is where we're going to use grammar itself to build up a moment of real tension in the story. Here's our next grammatical building block. To say you did something without doing something else, you take a verb, in this case nostaa, which means to lift, and you just change the ending to get nostamatta, without lifting. It's a form that just perfectly captures a moment of hesitation. And this is where the grammar creates all the drama. Martin walks up to the backpack. Hän kosketti sitä kevyesti. He touched it lightly. And then, nostamatta sitä, without lifting it. Wow, that one word, nostamatta, is just loaded with suspense. It perfectly captures his hesitation, his fear.
Which, of course, brings us to the big question of this scene. Why is he hesitating? What is he so afraid of? The grammar has built up all this suspense, and now we need the payoff. We need the answer. And here it is, his fear, laid bare.
Koska hän pelkäsi, että se oli tyhjä.
Because he was afraid that it was empty. That this faithful companion, this piece of his past that he just found again, might hold absolutely nothing. That it might just be a hollow memory. And then we get these two powerful, relieving little words. Mutta ei, but no. And just like that, the tension breaks. His fear was for nothing. The backpack is not empty. So, what was inside? His notebook, his camera, but with a broken lens, and his cell phone, which is perfectly intact. Now think about that for a second. His tool for capturing images is shattered, but his tool for communication is whole. There's definitely a deeper story going on here. And now for our finale. Let's put all of these pieces together. We've got the vocabulary, we've got the grammar, and we've got the plot. It's time to hear the complete story that we've built from start to finish.
Okay, let's listen to our story now in its entirety.
Päivät kuluivat hitaasti. Cecilia oli jo antanut hänelle varalasit. Kun hän antoi ne, hän sanoi, että toiset olivat menneet rikki, mutta hän ei sanonut miten. Eräänä päivänä, kun Cecilia ei ollut kotona, Martin nousi kävelemään huoneessaan. Hän ei enää tuntenut itseään niin heikoksi. Kun hän käveli huoneessaan, hän löysi uskollisen matkakumppaninsa. Hänen vanha harmaa reppunsa oli siellä. Se odotti häntä tuolilla. Hän lähestyi hitaasti, hän kosketti sitä kevyesti, nostamatta sitä, koska hän pelkäsi, että se oli tyhjä. Mutta ei. Repussa oli vielä hänen vihkonsa, hänen kameransa ja hänen matkapuhelimensa. Kameran linssi oli rikki, mutta puhelin oli ehjä.
And so we're left with these two objects and this one big question. A broken camera and an intact phone. Is that about a broken way of seeing the world, but a preserved way of connecting with it? What does that tell us about Martin's past and maybe more importantly his future? And that, right there, is the power of a story, built piece by piece.